With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to report.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded it 2 hours every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to support the show, if you want a kick-ass t-shirt, if you want to help SHR Media grow, go to Reaver.one and click on the shop button. Check out the t-shirts. How is everybody doing today? Today's Wednesday. Today's one of the best day in conservative media on SHR Media. So many shows. So many. Wednesday night, though, is jam-packed. I know we have Southside Mutts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 9 o'clock, you have Ken the Conservative. And then at 11 o'clock, we have the best show on SHR Media Wednesday night from the time slot of 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. The Sackheads Radio Show. So tune in tonight. Check it all out. Oh. So, I see Neil Gorsuch, Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, is going to be busy right off the bat. And he's going to be tested right off of the bat. He was confirmed to the Supreme Court, as everybody knows, on April 7th. And this week will take part in deciding whether he and his fellow justice will hear the United States Courts of Appeal for the Ninth Circuit ruling, which upheld California's good clause requirement for concealed carry. Now, the problem I have with this little bullshit ruling is they have changed their minds on it. The Ninth Circuit Court changed their minds. How did that happen? That. Oh, yes, we rule one way, and then, oops, we decided we're going to rule a different way. Whoopsie. We changed our minds. That's bullshit. I didn't know they can do that. But what happened? Well, let's see. On February 13, 2014, a 3-judge panel on the Ninth Circuit Court ruled that the good clause requirement violated the Second Amendment. One of the judges wrote the majority opinion for the 2014 decision in the San Francisco Chronicle, quoted from that opinion saying, the right to bear arms includes the right to carry an operable arm outside the home for lawful purpose of defense. So they said in 2014, you have the right to carry and protect yourself. Well, Obama did not care for that decision. So him and his cronies had a conversation with him. So in June 9th of 2016, the same Ninth Circuit reversed itself and ruled in favor of California's good clause requirement by stating that Americans have no right to carry a concealed handgun outside of their home for self-defense. Lacking such a right, the court found it acceptable that Californians demonstrate a good cause or a good reason for needing a gun for them for protection. New Jersey has a similar law. This case is very important. Now, where Gorsuch steps in on this is the Chicago Tribune reported that Gorsuch will be part of the process by which SCOTUS will decide whether to hear the Ninth Circuit's rejection of Americans' right to carry a concealed handgun outside the home for self-defense. Gorsuch will participate in the decision, which will be made in private conference with his new colleagues Thursday, which is tomorrow. Now, this is a very important case because this could decide the fate of several states. New Jersey has the same thing with that good clause bullshit. You have to have a right. You have to tell us why you need a gun for protection. Don't even give me... Oh, it pisses me off. Oh, I had a popcorn last night and had a kernel stuck in between my teeth. And I just got it out. Oh, you know that feeling. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but it's there. It's annoying. Oh, it's like a wife. But I'm bummed. This is a very important ruling. I'm pretty sure they're going to hear this case because of the fact, how can the Ninth Circuit Court rule one way?
With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You discover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
Then decide, we're going to rehear the case and we're going to rule this way. That does not make sense to me. But then again, we are talking about liberals. When they first ruled in favor of the Second Amendment, I was actually shocked. So, Now that it's reversed, it doesn't exactly shock me. But this is going to be a very important test, which I'm sure he will be ruling in the favor of the Second Amendment to hear this case. There's no reason not to hear this case. There is no reason at all. I believe that this breaks several laws. So it's ridiculous. All right. Now, Gorsuch has stressed during his Senate's confirmation hearing his adherence to the SCOTUS ruling in D.C. versus Heller in 2008. I wish one of these Democrats can explain to me why they're so hell-bent on protecting criminals over U.S. citizens. And that's what they're doing by saying you don't have a right to protect yourself. They are protecting the criminals and allowing them to commit their crime with ease. And that's all. Me and my dad were talking about this last night. I stopped by. Had to check on my mom. She stepped out of the back porch. And the shoe she was wearing caused her to slip. And down she went. Now my mom's like 71 years old. So she got banged up a little bit. You know, I had to be a good son. I had my daughter with me. She had to be a good granddaughter. We had to go check on Mom and Grandmom, you know. And we got talking. It seems to us, and it's our opinion, that the Democrats are hell-bent on just protecting criminals nowadays. They want to protect the criminals to allow them to do the reign of terror on the American people. Murder, maim, kill. They want to protect these illegal aliens to come in this country and break our laws. They want to make it easier so that these terrorists can just walk in our country without borders, without being stopped. I mean, what more can you say? I mean, that is what I see. That is exactly how I see them acting. If they don't want to have that stigma, maybe they ought to start standing up for the American people anymore. Because the only thing I see the Democrat Party standing up for is whatever the hot topic of the day is. Protecting criminals, making it easy for them to commit their crimes, and making it easier for terrorists to get in this country. I know if a Democrat heard that, they would lose their goddamn... No, I don't mean you can't say that. That hurt my feelings. Fuck off. Feelings. You can take them and stick them up your tushy. So I can't wait till actually I'm done the show today. I'm going to wrap up quick, and I am out the door. My cousin, who I haven't seen in that long, is in town. And she's stopping by to see my mom today, so I gotta get done with the show, do what I gotta do, all my little stuff, get changed, out the door, go over to my mom's for a few minutes, and then from there I'm gonna have to go pick my daughter up, and hopefully maybe my cousin will still be around so I can stop by with my daughter, because she has not met my daughter. So, and this is something that's going on in my household. And I'll probably talk about it more later when Crash calls, because I forgot to talk to him about it. Back when my daughter was in first grade, partially because she was behind, I will admit that. She was having a speech problem. The school lagged behind in getting her the help. But she was held back. She had a shit teacher that year. And I don't complain usually about the teachers my daughter has. But this one, she had a shit teacher. Let's put it this way. When we had the discussion that we were going to hold her back, this teacher thought it was funny and was laughing about it. That tells you. Yeah, I lost my temper. I was pretty pissed. Well, anyways, my daughter gets a notice. She's doing great in school. She has held high honor roll for the second and third marking period. Right now they're in the fourth marking period. In fact, she's almost done school. May 27th, she's done school. But that's besides the point. She got a notice home that they feel that the lower grades are holding students back too much, and it's hurting the students, that it's causing a high dropout rate. So if we want to, we can send our daughter to summer school. So 1 month of school, basically half day, a little bit over a half day. She could do 7th grade. That if she passes, she can go on to 8th grade, from 6th straight to 8th. Now, my daughter said no, she doesn't want to do that. She'll be leaving all her friends. I asked her, you don't have a problem that you're older than everybody? She's like, yeah, everybody asked me I should be in next grade and all that because of my age. I'm happy where I'm at. She's getting good grades. She finally, this is first year, she finally is caught up. She's been lagging behind since first grade all the way up to now. We sent her to a new school after the first grade year. We got sick of that. We went into the magnet program of Hillsborough County School System. And they worked their asses off. Those teachers were great. They worked their asses off with my daughter. And they got her caught up. And now she's doing great. So me and my wife, we talked to our parents and stuff and got opinions. And so far, I haven't heard what my wife's parents' opinion on it is. My mother, my father's like, that's your decision, not mine, is leave her where she's at. She's doing good, but she's not bored. She's not starting to get bad grades because it's too easy for her and she's getting bored. She's doing good. She's working hard. Everything's going good. So why rock the boat? I don't know if it would be a good thing for her to jump one whole grade. She's going to miss out. You can't tell me that in 1 month you're going to teach all of 7th grade. She's going to miss, and then she's going to be behind the 8 ball on a lot of stuff. So we're just going to leave her where she's at. It was nice that they offered it to us. I understand why they were offering it to us. But, and it's a big but. And I cannot lie. Sorry. That we decided no. And my daughter doesn't want to do it, which shocked me. I figured, yeah, Dad, I want to. No, she's like, nope. I'm happy where I'm at. Everything's going good. She's working hard. She's getting high grades. Because we know if we did it the other way, she would be lagging behind. You know that. I know that. No, I'm pretty sure most anybody with a brain would know that. So, we're going to leave where good enough alone. All right, where are we at? Let's see. Feelings. Nothing more than feelings. It is so good at it with this. Sorry about that little side thing, but with Gorsuch, I actually have a little faith that the right decision will be made on. Well, at least we'll be hearing that. I mean, think about it. That just the fact how they changed their opinion, I am sure that they will be hearing this case. How can you say that you're going to change your opinion in midstream like they did? That's just that. No. How could a court do that? Doesn't make sense to me. Does not make sense to me. Does not compute. Now, real quick before we go to break, Ginsburg refers to Lindsey Graham as one of the women of the Senate. That's kind of Ruth Bader Ginsburg is showing her age when she referred to Senator Lindsey Graham as one of the women of the Senate. She was being honored at the Allegheny College in Pennsylvania. She said, let's hope members of Congress, the members of Allegheny Congress or College has already honored Vice President Joe Biden, Senator John McCain, the women of the Senate, Senator Dianne Feinstein and Lindsey Graham. Let's hope that they and others of goodwill will lead in restoring harmonious work ways. It's funny. I'm sure Lindsey Graham don't find it funny. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and only on SHR Media, but we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
can build that. A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cat for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense on the senseless. I've really got to get off my tookus and redo those commercials. I know I do. I'm just been lagging behind lately. So, everybody pretty sure has heard the attacks in Sweden, what's been going on, and it's been nasty over there. So, and me and my dad have made this joke multiple times back here in the United States. I could see where the guy's brain is, but, and it's a big but, it'll never work. And what a best-selling newspaper in Sweden says, after the Stockholm attacks, that they should ban cars to stop terrorists. Cars and other vehicles have turned into deadly weapons and should be banished from cities to stop attacks like the one in Stockholm from happening in the future. Crackdowns on immigration or extreme ideology are not the way forward when it comes to terror prevention, according to the veteran journalist writing after Friday's terror attack in Stockholm left 4 people dead. So, stopping the immigration and stopping the people that are causing the problem from coming into the country. No. Cracking on those people, cracking down on the extreme ideology that's causing the problem. No. Let's ban the cars. That right there shows how that's a special kind of stupid. And me, like I said, me and my dad made the joke. Because when these crimes, everybody's calling for gun bans. We were like, when are they going to ban cars? There's more people killed by drunk driving. And yes, that's murder. And yes, that's intentional and unintentional. All that because when you choose to drive drunk, you know there's a chance you're going to kill somebody. So you're choosing to murder somebody. I can understand there sometimes you don't intentionally do it. I know someone down here, he's gotten busted 10 times for DUI, and his lawyers got him off 10 times. That's just showing a massive irresponsibility. So you're choosing to drive drunk. So that kind of actually backs up if you want to ban guns because they're dangerous. Well, you need to ban cars because they're used more often. So I'm like, but I'm laughing that he's actually seriously saying you need to ban cars, not to ban the ideology, not stop the immigration. Nope. Nope. It is ban the vehicles in cities. That's the way to stop. Caramba. It's only a moron would think that would actually have any stopping power of stopping terrorists. Oh, God. My wife must be bored. For some reason, I just got a text of blah, 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 blah. She's in training, and oh, my God. It's like 3 weeks of training. I can't believe the amount of training they're doing. It just, creating jobs for somebody. I don't know. She's got a job, so I'm not going to bitch and moan. But it's just, holy shnikes, people. The amount of training that they have lined up. Talk about creating fake jobs. I mean, come on. Hey, Chihuahua. So I guess she's aboard. Let me respond to her. Still, to get back on topic, ban the cars. We must ban cars. They're terrible things. It's amazing how the left cannot see that it's their ideology of protecting these people that is causing the problem. Them wanting to keep protecting these groups of extreme ideology is what's causing the death of their own people. Trying to be acceptant to everybody is a losing battle. Can't put it any other way. You're going to wind up dead if you try to do that. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, it goes to the old adage. You could please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. It's not going to happen. Ban the cars. Ban the cars. And one of the reasons that they want to ban the cars is because, well, that's a that's tourist area. And we don't want the tourists to feel endangered, now do we? And it's the vehicles have been allowed to dominate our cities for decades, and it's the people who need space. It's vital now that cars be regulated. You gotta regulate the car. Oh my God. That snowflake. Seriously. Holy. How did people survive before this? How did people survive? Oh my God, how did people survive? How did our species get this far with those types of idiots? You see, and this is why. All right, last night on Facebook, someone was broadcasting live, someone that was on top of a building and wanting to jump. And it was droning on and on and on. And people were having conversations. Well, the height of the building, he's going to get hurt, but it's not going to kill him. Having that discussion. You know, you always have the smart ass. Me. We were quoting the lyrics to movies that had the word jump in it. And you just had the person that's like, all right, jump already. I'm tired. Just either get off or jump. And you had those little idiots. Yeah, those idiots. That's not nice to say. You're sick people. How could you sit here and watch that man's pain and sit there and say jump? What if it was your family? Well, if it was my family up on there. And yeah, I would say jump or get off the pot. One or the other. Because he was up there long enough to know that he didn't want to kill himself. And the person was after, it was a cry for help. Attention. And he got it. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. It's just, oh my God. And the other part that made me laugh is, okay, you're complaining, calling me sick for saying that, as you're watching a live feed of a guy standing on top of a building about to jump. Yeah, you're just as sick to be watching that. People deal with stresses differently. People handle life situations differently. Yes, one of them is to be a smartass and make comments like that. I hate people who try to force their way of life on other people. I will deal with my life my way. You deal with your life your way. Yeah. Douchebags. They're not just douchebags, they're the douche nozzle. Just go live your life. Don't tell me how to live mine. That's the one that really pissed me off. Go live your life. Don't tell me how to live mine. You don't want me telling you how to live yours. Piss me off. It just... I mean, it's... Come on there. If you don't want me telling you how to live your life, don't tell me how to live mine. And we gotta ban the cars. We gotta ban the cars. They're running people over. It's not the cars, you moron. It's the goddamn terrorists behind it. That's the problem. The terrorists. The terrorizing terrorist. They're the ones causing the problem. We got to find a solution to that. Not banning a gun, not banning pressure cookers, not banning knives. Not banning cars. See, these people don't like freedom. And that's what they're doing. They're taking away our freedoms one by one by one by one. And these idiots keep falling for it and falling for it and falling for it. Lordy. When are they going to go, okay, enough's enough? Nope. They're not that smart. No, they're not. Oh. Sometimes it makes my head hurt. All right, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and only SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cap for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the South Side. SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. So, they're starting to find. And here's the problem when you do something stupid and illegal. And you're the government. Sooner or later, the documents are going to come out, and you're going to get caught. Documents are confirming that Obama's IRS improperly targeted conservatives. I mean, it's not a shocker, but it's happening, folks. The proof's starting to come out. More and more proof of the illegal doings of the Obama administration will be found, will be coming out. You're getting more of those people out of their jobs, out of office. More proof will be found. I mean, anybody with a brain understands that the IRS was targeting conservative groups under orders of that administration. They just don't take it upon themselves out of nowhere. IRS just doesn't out of nowhere go, you know, today we're going to attack conservatives for the fun of it. Using that organization like that, there had to be collusion. Don't worry, we'll protect you. We'll cover it up. Nothing will happen. So go ahead. We want you to start targeting and putting these groups out of business. This rogue, some rogue agents took it upon themselves. No. Bullshit. Now we proved that it's coming from higher up. Last week there was 695 pages of new documents containing admissions by IRS officials that the agency used inappropriate political labels to screen the tax-exempt application of conservative organizations. Other records reveal that the IRS was going to require 501c4 non-profit organizations to restrict their alleged political activity if they opted for expedient consideration of their tax-exempt application. The documents were produced after a revelation by the IRS that it had located an additional 6,924 documents of potentially responsive records relating to a 2015 Judicial Watch Freedom of Information Act lawsuit about the Obama IRS targeting scandal. Obama was always great at hiding information. And if you think otherwise, well, that's partisan politics right there. It's Obama targeted. Obama was a part of these issues. Don't kid yourself. Don't be shocked. You know he was behind it. And behind closed doors, they're clapping and cheering, saying, well, they deserved it. I've heard it. I'm not a moron. So. Could you imagine if this was done to liberals? Oh, my God. They'd be freaking out right now. They'd still be, They'd be in the news nonstop. Day 5,632 as we go over Republicans targeting liberals with government agencies. The militia still goes on. Tell me that you wouldn't be hearing it. It'd be like the attacks, the violent attacks on liberals. They'd be spinning this shit so hard. Anti-M, anti-M. It's yowza. Whew. That one was big, boy. Burp. Had to mute the mic on that one. But yeah, it's not surprising to me that they're finding documents. Of course, they weren't going to turn documents over. I'm surprised those documents were still laying around and not destroyed. You know, too many times we heard, well, that information got lost. That information disappeared. That hard drive fried out. Too convenient. Too many times. I don't know. But it doesn't surprise me anymore with our government, what it'll do. I mean, the liberals, they're screaming bloody murder on Trump. And what pisses me off the most is they were silent. They were silent and complacent and protected Obama when he did his little dastardly deeds. Then screamed that they're bipartisan. Your actions say, hell no. Nope, that's not Crash. I don't know who the hell that is. It's just... Our government is so screwed up. It's been screwed up for a while, but oh my God, Obama did a number on our government. And the Democrats just... They continue to be complacent. They continue to protect him. And that's their main job. They're still trying to protect. Because if they found out exactly what that man did in office, and it was released to the public, I don't think you would get another Democrat elected for a very, very, very long time. I know they'll point the fingers and try to distract what I'm saying, but you know what? Truth is truth. Can the Democrats or Republicans be a little stupid? What the hell? I haven't had those kind of noises on my system in a long time. That's weird. I got like a little static, and I don't know why. It's starting to annoy me. All right, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cap for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. Those new documents that they found on the IRS, no wonder why they were hiding it. They are smoking gun documents. Smoking. And the abuse continued even after being found out. He continued to target conservative groups. And now we're finding out more. I mean, this past administration, Nixon had nothing on this man. I mean, it's now coming out that more and more Trump was wiretapped. Maybe not directly. I mean, Trump or Obama wasn't sitting there with the mic and everything and having the little headphones against his ear. He wasn't the one running in and actually putting the bugs in the goddamn building. But he had a hand in the wiretapping of Trump and his associates. Now, all of a sudden, the Democrats are becoming, specific. I mean, you've got papers that are fact-checking jokes. It's just like, okay, Spicer made a dumbass comment. They're trying to say he's denying the Holocaust when he said that the bombing, the chemical weapons used in Syria was worse than Hitler. How the fuck is that denial of the Holocaust? No, he's comparing. He made a dumbass comment. Democrats do it all the time. You had a Democrat who said that if too many people got put on an island, it would flip the island over. And he was being serious. This man, I can't remember man or woman, which one it was, thought that if you put too many people on an island, the island would flip over. So don't give me this shit of being all of a sudden perfect on everything that's said. Spicer misspoke. He made a bad analogy. Every time, oh God, Trump person made a mistake. Fire him, get rid of him. Ah. Jesus Christ, how many people got fired underneath the Obama administration? Not a goddamn one. They were targeting conservatives. Was anybody fired? No. Someone resigned, but nobody was fired. Benghazi, nobody fired. Fast and Furious, nobody fired. Attorney General, held in contempt of court, nobody fired. Shut your mouth, Democrats. Shut your mouth. You have, okay, Noon stepped down because he may have been unethical in going to the White House to see that information, which is a bunch of bullshit. And they're saying, well, he's partisan. He already has Trump innocent. Yeah, well, fucking Schiff already has Trump guilty. He went into it having Trump guilty. He could use the word bipartisan all he wants. He is a partisan hack. So don't sit there. Well, he should drop out. But, oh, no, he's not stepping down. He's not stepping down. Speaking of assholes. Crash, welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. You there? Hello? What the fuck is going on? Hold on. Hold on. All right, hold on, everybody. I'm going to put a commercial on until I can figure out what's going on.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless.
All right, actually, now we're back. Oh my God, I'm having many brain farts. It's
an ID 10T day.
Yes, it is. It's been a while since I've worked the board, so little airs. How you doing, Cal?
It's been a while since you worked the poll.
Oh yes, it's been a while since I worked the poll. Smart-ass.
Actually, I said she when you said a certain person's name.
Oh. Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Anyway, so what are we chit-chatting about?
Well, started to talk about how Obama ordering the monitoring, the quote-unquote wiretapping of Trump's campaign. I mean...
Fake news.
Well, the liberals are going on that, Trump or Obama did not order it. He didn't go down. He wasn't putting the wires in there. He wasn't actively listening. So Obama did not.
Fucking Hillary. What did I wipe it like with a cloth?
Yeah. It's all of a sudden now they are literal. Well, I forget to comment one of the political fact. Did that truth or lie or truth on a smart ass comment? There was a smart ass comment meant, and they were like, "We know it's a joke, but this is not factually based." And I was like, "Oh my God, really?"
Well, if it's a joke, it's a joke. Come on. It's like people getting pissed off about satire. The whole point is comic relief. It's meant to be comical. If you don't find it funny, okay, fine. That's your opinion. It's just the same why some people won't go to certain comedians. They don't find them funny. Okay, doesn't mean that it's not still serving a purpose to other people. Hey, did you talk at all about the U.S. Airways incident?
No, I didn't touch that, and I don't know if I was going to touch it. I'm just kind of...
Okay.
I mean, if you want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. No problem.
Oh, no. I was just curious. It ended up coming up as a debate item in my class this morning. And the only thing that I said was, you guys are all crucifying the airline and you're crucifying the cops. And you're saying how everything was improper. Nobody knows the full story. Well, there's tape. Well, the tape only shows after the officers arrived. Officers don't just arrive on an airplane for no fucking reason. So what prompted that? We don't know. What did this? We don't know. Come on, dude. You got to go through the intersection now, asshole. Thank you.
And that's part of it is...
we don't have all the information. And, they're like, so you're just on the side of police brutality and this and that. They punched him. No, they didn't. He fucking fell because he was struggling and being an asshole. I'm not saying the cops were 100% right, but you know what? The guy's fucking culpable in this, too.
Yeah, as soon as the cops got involved in it, he should have. That's when back down and, all right, we'll handle it differently. And
it's just I get tired of people immediately, without no facts, nothing else, they immediately jump on the bandwagon of one person who says, well, he was profiled. No, he wasn't. There was 4 people asked to get off the flight. It's done at random. Come on. People need to go off these high horses of their,
well, see, I'm against the airline. I don't like that shit of overbooking. Because they fraudulently sold a ticket knowing that they overbooked.
Yeah, and a lot of people were bringing that up, and one of the things that was getting stated was, well, that's not right. Why would they even overbook? If they know that there's too many people on the airplane, why even bother boarding them? Well, it's actually a pretty common thing because even though they sell a ticket, not everybody shows up to the flight. So they let everybody get, once they know everybody's on the plane and, okay, obviously now we are overbooked, that's when they start pulling people off. Do I agree with it? No, not really, because it's a hassle, it's inconveniencing, and I think it's kind of ridiculous. I think the airline fucked up, but even still, hold on a second, definitely need food.
Well, that's the thing. Me and my dad were talking about. Okay, if you overbook by four or five people, that's one thing. But when they overbook by 20, 30 people, and that's what they're doing nowadays, that's where it becomes, I think, an issue.
Thank you.
Did she just say $37 for Fat Boy food?
No, $7.47. And the thing is, they overbook. The thing is, it's a business thing because the only way they make money is if they sell out all the seats. So, from a business standpoint, I can kind of understand it. The concert venues do it, sporting events do it.
No, you're purposely selling fraudulent tickets.
Well, the thing is, with this one, in this case, and like I said, I don't know all the facts, so I'm trying to not jump directly on any one person regarding this, but the 4 seats were not sold tickets. They were deadhead tickets for a flight crew that needed to get to another airport. They were deadheading. So they weren't tickets that were actually sold. Those 4 people were displaced for an airline crew to get on. So, my question is, okay, was that a planned thing, or was their original transport to get them to the other airport, did that fall through for some reason? What was the circumstance behind that? Now, if they planned it to go this way, then yeah, the airline is definitely culpable. But if it was a condition beyond their control, such as the flight those guys were supposed to be on was grounded for some type of mechanical reason, that flight was delayed from coming from another airport for some reason, and they had to shift the airline crew so that the next leg of a flight would be on time, it sucks, but I can kind of understand it to an extent. But even still, regardless of that, the airline has the right to request you remove yourself from the flight at any time. They reserve that right. It is stamped right on your ticket. You're agreeing to it, whether you agree with the policy or not. You are agreeing to the policy by taking the ticket. He was requested to leave. He got abusive. He was given a lawful order by law enforcement. He still refused, and then that's why he got drug off the plane. So, honestly, I'm going to put most of it. How are you today? Pretty good. How's yourself?
And, yeah, that's the problem. As soon as law enforcement got there, that's when he should have kind of zipped the lips and obeyed the orders.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You do the same. Yeah, and that's why, honestly, I put a little bit more of it on him just because of that. If I'd say, okay, fine, 25% to the cop, 25% to the airline, it's still 50% on him.
Well, when the cops are there, you're never going to win when you argue with an officer of the law. You're never going to win.
And what was one of the other things? And this is something else I thought of. Everybody is so quick in today's society to pull out the fucking phone and start recording.
They record part of the.
And they're sitting there. They're like, "Well,
hey, you got a text message? Take a look at that."
Okay, give me a second. And everybody's, oh, well, it's not right. It's this and that. Even other people that were on the flight. Okay, well, if you disagreed with a physician being asked, why didn't you voluntarily give up your seat then?
Yeah.
So, thank you. You do the same. So get off your high horses. I mean, everybody, again, most people are jumping on, most of the blame that I'm hearing regarding this is predominantly going against the law enforcement. After that, they're going after the airline. But almost nobody is really actually putting any type of true blame on the asshole. And I'm sorry.
Exactly. Look at your text message. I need you to look at that and tell me yes or no.
Damn it. I'm driving a car that's like highly illegal. Supposedly. Hold on. Let me get in traffic so I can be sure to do like a proper accident.
Smart ass.
Messages. Come on. Do it for. I guess if I absolutely have to, I just need a topic or something.
Just keep going with what you're doing. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Yeah, I got to step away for a couple minutes. Dean's going to continue talking about the airline.
Thanks for outing me, asshole.
No problem. Shit.
No, I mean, my point of view on the airline thing is it's that simple. I mean, I understand the thing of the customer's always right. It's all customer service, and I get that. But at the end of the day, you know what? The customers aren't always right. I mean, an irate customer, okay, so this guy, fine, he had a point of view. Well, at the point where he starts raising his voice and yelling and screaming, okay, so now we're going to protect his rights and sacrifice the rights of everybody else on that airplane that now has to deal with him being an asshole. We have to sacrifice the additional, the other flight that's now not going to have a flight crew. So what's that going to be, 90, 100-plus people that are now stranded at an airport, all because we wanted to bow down to one arrogant ass? And a lot of people are jumping on the thing about, well, he's a doctor. He's a doctor. Okay, well, good for him. He's a doctor. So what? Other people have important professions, too. And being a doctor shouldn't have the bearing on it. I don't know. I just don't think anybody should be jumping to conclusions and attacking or crucifying anybody until they either educate themselves on the facts and the situations, or wait until more information comes out if they want to be spoon-fed by mainline media. It's that simple. I think it's a crap-ass situation regardless. But it's not a whole lot different. I mean, what was it? I don't know. When Jersey gets back, he can confirm this. I want to say it was a school in Florida, but a young girl. The video goes viral of a young girl who got body slammed in her desk by a cop. And the only video that was being released was the one showing him being the aggressor. When additional information came out, come to find out that, again, refusing a lawful order, she was being inappropriate. She was refusing to do what she was requested to do by an officer of the law. He attempted to remove her from the seat without using abrupt force, and she assaulted him. She started kicking and swinging on him. Well, I'm sorry. I don't give a crap what your age is. You're going to kick and swing on somebody. Somebody's going to swing and kick back. Now, the fact that all he did was drop her ass out of a chair and drag her out of there, she's fucking lucky. Because if she had done that to any other person who's not restrained by law, she probably would have gotten her ass whooped into an ER bed. But people have this mentality of the cops are always going to be wrong. Everybody wants to play a professional victim. I don't agree with it. Not saying all the cops are right, but I'm also going to venture to say, in my personal dealings with law enforcement, being related to them, working with them over a lot of years, yes, some are complete arrogant pricks. But they'll still have your back if push comes to shove. They'll still do their jobs, even if they're jerks about doing it. Yes, there are bad apples in every profession. However, for the most part, the majority of law enforcement gets dressed every day says goodbye to the families and don't know whether or not they're coming back at the end of that shift. And for everybody to crucify them over the fact that a guy who's being belligerent and irate, they picked him up, his flailing causes him to fall, smashing his own face on an armrest, and it's all going to be the cops' fault? No, I disagree. And let's add to that all the concerns about security. That's a mass transit thing. That's an airline. So let's add the security factor. You've got somebody who's acting irrational and irate about being requested to take a later flight. He goes off the rails. He escalates the situation. So the airline, in turn, has to escalate the situation and get law enforcement involved. Now, they're witnessing this. Now, I'm sorry. If I was somebody on that flight, I think I would also be very concerned about, okay, regardless of anything else, why is this such a big deal to him without any real big justification? Why does he need to be on this specific flight so bad? Now, those are some questions that I'm sure were probably going through the heads of people on that plane, including the law enforcement. So I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon of crucifying the cops on this one. I really can't do it.
And that's the problem. We have too many people that just want to jump on the bandwagon. The cops are evil.
Well, now, there was a statement I made while you were gone, and I said that I was going to have you confirm this. The young lady that was in the high school, the video went viral where the cop picked her up in the chair at her desk and then body slammed her. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Was that? I wanted to say that was a Florida school.
I forget where it was, but
But I brought up that case as an example of, you know what, they didn't have all the facts. The initial video only showed the cops' aggression at that very last moment, none of the stuff leading up to it.
Yeah, and there was a lot of stuff that led up to it. There was a lot.
Out that he only put his hands on her, he picked her up in that desk after she started swinging and kicking him. She is now assaulting a law enforcement officer. What's he supposed to do? Oh, that's fine, I'll just walk away? No, fuck this shit. This self-entitled bullshit of I can do what I want with no consequence? Honestly, she's lucky it was a cop she did that to, because if she had done that, if I was her teacher, she'd done that to me, I don't give a shit about age. Okay, this whole I'm going to hide behind my age crap, if you're old enough and you're going to man up enough to take a swing on me, you better be man enough to fall on your fucking ass, because I will knock you the fuck out. A 15-year-old can kill somebody just as easily as a 25-year-old.
Yep. In fact, quicker.
Bullshit. Ugh. So, anyway, that's what I was up to while you were gone.
I appreciate you taking over the show there.
I even gave you time to cuddle with her, too. No problem, brother. All right, so what else do you want to go on about?
All right, let's see what's up next. What's up, Doc? Can we rock? Let's see. I mean, I was talking about, this wiretapping of President Trump prior to getting in office, and what I find funny is the liberals freak out about it, that he would make that accusation, but yet the accusations that they make against Trump are even worse. I mean, they've accused him of being a traitor to the country, but that's not as bad as him pulling a political stunt of, maybe not a stunt, but of wiretapping the opposing party. And that's exactly what they did. I mean, that's worse than the Watergate.
That party is a massive party of do as I say, not as I do. The rules never apply to them. They apply to everybody else. They changed the freaking Senate rules when it comes to all court justices other than Supreme Court for them to get their way years ago. They pulled the card. They played that card. Well, now because they want to again, throw a temper tantrum, which just seems to be what they prefer to do nowadays, they're going to get pissed off when the Republicans say, well, we can play the same card. Oh, no, you can't. These are the rules. You're supposed to abide. Well, guess what? They are abide-by rules.
Yeah, but actually for all these years, Supreme Court justice have been on an up or down vote with basically a 51% vote. For all these years, it's never been filibuster, and now the Democrats want to play that game and filibuster.
I actually forgot about that. This is the first. I think in history, this is the first filibuster of a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah. So they want to play that game. And don't tell me because Democrats were stupid in trying to fight this. It was a conservative for a conservative. Now, if this would have been a liberal Supreme Court replacement and they're replacing it with a conservative, I can understand the fight from the Democrats. I can understand it at that point. But it's a conservative for a conservative. It was a fair swap. And this shit of, that was our pick. That was Obama's pick.
They wanted somebody even more, and they wanted somebody more liberal. They admitted it. They kept saying, well, he needs to pick somebody more moderate. He needs to pick. No, that's not his. I mean, come on, that is the absolute most ridiculous argument. Because then why can't we turn around and say, well, you need to pick somebody more conservative?
Yeah, so, and what would they say? Win an election.
I mean, the thing I find absolutely flabbergasting is they didn't learn. This is the first time the Republican Party has control of all three branches of government. The liberals are losing their fucking minds over it, yet the Democrats get control usually about once every decade and a half. They have full control for a brief period of time. Republicans don't lose their mind. So the Democratic Party generally always has some type of majority control in federal government at all times. They pretty much got completely voted out of office this time. And they didn't learn there's a reason why. And it's not racism.
Yeah, that's the funny part. No, it's sexism.
Whatever. It's the fact we're tired of your fucking bullshit.
What's funny is they just had one of the House of Representative Republicans. They had to hold a special election because Trump picked them, the representative, for a position. Okay? So they held an election. And the Democrats thought that they had it. They were going to get it. Everybody's against Trump. The Republican won. He didn't win by the large amount his predecessor won, but he still won the election, and it shows people, a majority, do not want the Democrats still. They are still for Trump. They can scream and holler and bang their drums. The majority are still behind Trump right now. Well, his approval rating's the lowest. And I got in an argument with somebody on Twitter on that. I said, yeah, and I could show you where it's well over 50% at this point. And he admitted, yes, it depends on where you go, what the polls are going to show. I don't trust polls. I haven't trusted polls since they said Hillary Clinton was going to win. Yeah, those same polls.
I have not trusted a poll since the one came out that most of the country finds Hillary Clinton trustworthy.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, okay, this is obviously fake. Yeah, fuckers.
I haven't trusted the poll since you... Never mind.
I haven't trusted a poll since I tried to get on one and it broke. The ceiling fell on my fucking fat ass. There, I take care of it for you?
No. I was going to make a comment about somebody's wife getting off the pole, but I decided to be nice.
It's okay, just sticking nuts crushed again anyway.
Yeah.
Christ, my wife hasn't been on my pole in a long time.
Oh, God. TMI, bro. TMI. I didn't need to know.
Anyway.
On that note,
yeah, Democrats are just pulling more of their normal BS crap. Although I am happy to see that Grosh did get confirmed this week. That was good news. I like that.
And he's already, I talked about it earlier, he has a case. Well, he's going to be part of the decision of the 9th District had ruled in 2014 that California's good clause was unconstitutional. Then in 2016, the 9th District heard the case again and said, oh, no. They have a right to say you have to have a good cause to be able to carry a gun. It's funny how the same judges can reverse their opinion after they talk to Obama. So it's going to the Supreme Court, and he will help decide whether that case will be heard or not. So I'm pretty sure Supreme Court's going to be hearing that case again because just simple fact, the same court had two different rulings. How can this say...
What rule in California does this have to do with?
It's sort of like New Jersey. For you to get a concealed carry permit, you have to have a good faith rule.
That extreme justification clause crap. That's a bunch of bullshit.
What are they?
Because essentially that's the government saying, we'll determine what is deemed an extreme need and what's not.
Well, in California, it's a good cause rule. You have to have good cause.
It's funny. I mean, for anybody that's listening to the show or listened to the two of us long enough, they've got a general idea of the type of stuff we used to do. All right, the type of work that we perform. Like, you and I have both had people come after us.
Oh, yeah.
We've had people show up at our house because they figure out where we live. I mean, this shit happens, not just the cops. And there's a reason why cops are allowed to carry even after they retire and carry off duty. And the funny thing is, like, if I were to go down, it was only a couple years ago, I actually had to go to court to testify against a gang member. And he was throwing the signs, he was threatening me, threatening my family, the whole nine. I could go down to my local police department with all that evidence, including the court evidence, and ask for a concealed carry permit. Even if I just said it's so that I can carry the sidearm on my own property, they would still turn it down and I would still get arrested if I even tried to do it on my own property. It has nothing more to do with anything other than the government wants to say what you're allowed to do, when you're allowed to do it.
Yeah, and it's
funny, the highest crime rates are actually in the areas that have the most strictest gun laws. So please explain to me how more gun laws keep you safe.
They don't.
Please.
They don't keep you safe, and that's the problem.
That would be interesting to see that would go to the Supreme Court. I would like to see that.
I think they're going to decide whether they're going to hear it or not, and I'm sure they're going to listen to this case, and I have a funny feeling they're going to rule that.
Well, honestly, the Ninth Circuit did a flip-flop, and if anybody's paying attention to the years of the flip-flop, when did they put that rule in where they could vote in whoever they wanted to any court other than the Supreme Court on the Democrat side? Ding, ding.
Yeah.
It coincides.
Yeah,
the fact that they did that type of flip-flop, in all honesty, the Supreme Court should automatically take it up just on that. Wait, what the hell is the Ninth Circuit up to?
Yeah. Well, it was bad enough when the Ninth Circuit sided with the Constitution. That was like, holy shit, they actually ruled in favor of the Constitution. Oh, a couple years later, all right. And I'd like to know how they got that case back out there again. It really makes me wonder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you.
All of a sudden, we're going to rehear the case out of nowhere. That really makes me go, Things that make you go, You know what I mean?
No, the past 8 years, that administration had its hands into everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, every time we turned around, there was something that just didn't make sense. And it was always smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. It's... Well, like we talked about before, the adults are back in charge now, so hopefully things will get back to normal. So, all right, we're going to take a break real quick. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and only SHR Media. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. I got Crash with me today. Shut up. I had a brain fart going the sense out of
Oh, my God. Dude, you're like a fucking mess today, man.
I know, I'm out of it. I'm still on a lot of meds.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They had to change my nerve blocker with everything that went on. So, all right, what I want to talk about with what?
No, that guy almost got ass blasted. Guy decided to race through a toll at full speed coming off the highway, damn near hit the car in front. that was stopping to pay the damn toll.
Dumbasses.
Guess he just assumes everybody has Easy Pass.
Oh, down here there is no more cash tolls. Everything is toll by plate. No, there's still a couple places, but for the majority of them, it's all... There's no tolls anymore. You just drive through, they take a picture of your license plate, and they send you...
Send you a bill.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is they still have, if you don't pay the toll, there's fines. Well, if they're sending you the bill in the mail, you know... And if you don't pay the bill, then they send it to collections, and if you don't pay it then, they suspend your registration rights. Huh? So, with Trump's White House, this is the first time that Putin has faced an assertive American politician. And if you don't understand what that means, with Putin, he's dealt with George Bush and Obama, and both of them did not push back on him. And if you remember, back in 2012, let's go back in time, and Obama having a conversation with some Russian leader. And he told him to tell Putin, this is my last election. After my election, I have more flexibility. And he, that Russian Medvedev said, I will transmit this information to Vladimir. And not much time elapsed after that conversation happened before Putin invaded Ukraine, Russia annexed Crimea, and pro-Russian rebels used Russian weapons to shoot a commercial aircraft out of the sky. Now, Obama's administration condemned the annexation of Crimea and involved the Russian government in the probe into the downing of the... what?
I'm going to call right back in. It's getting real choppy on my end.
All right. Now, where was the screaming of collusion there? Because there's more collusion there. And if you remember, I've talked about Obama had people in Moscow. Obama had people in Moscow just prior to the 2008 election. Nobody screamed collusion there. Obama removed the missile defense system in Europe. Now, remember, all those missiles were pointed at who? Russia.
Yep.
That allowed Putin to invade parts of Europe. Now, who has the collusion going on there?
He made his whole statement about, well, you know, it's my last term, so I don't have to worry about re-election. So, I mean, that's what he based the statement off of. But the thing was, yeah, he didn't have to worry about an election, but his girlfriend did.
Yep.
He pussyfooted around for the next 4 years to do nothing more than to try to make her look good. You know, giving her the state job and making sure that she was, nice, padded, and comfortable. And then they fucking go off and kill a handful of American citizens. And then, what difference does it make? I mean, they never fucking cared about, they don't care about the country or anything else. They cared about, it's ironic for a group of individuals that care more about the elite than anything else. They sure do love to crucify the fact that Trump is a successful businessman.
Yeah.
Only worried about big business.
It's a joke. It really is.
Hey, the biggest business is, banking and pharmaceuticals, right?
Something.
Yeah, it was underneath the Obama administration that all the stops and everything else about, he never made marijuana legal on a federal level. He never had pushed to have that reclassified from the DEA.
The only thing that he got through that he promised in his campaign was Obamacare. Everything else was a failure.
I thought you were going to say the fact that he left office after 4 years.
No. Obama campaigned on infrastructure and a bunch of other stuff and never followed through with any of it. He put an infrastructure bill out there, but that money got diverted to green energy sources that all the companies, I think, except one, went bankrupt. And I'm not talking, okay, there was 3 companies. There was like 20 or 30 companies there, and they all donated to his campaign. Next thing you know, these CEOs gets all this money from the government, and then they go bankrupt and walk away with billions of dollars of government money. I was talking to my neighbor the other day. I know it would never happen, but I could have solved the economical crisis in 2008 with that bill that Obama put forth. The recovery. Do you remember? It was like $350 billion, and they gave the American people $250. Well, that was enough money they could have given every single American $1 million and said, pay your bills, take your house out of foreclosure, buy a car. There will be no
protecting the big business.
But there will be no buyouts after this. If you waste the money and don't pay your bills with it, you'll lose your house, et cetera, et cetera. But this is meant to save your house. That would have got the market going because people would have taken that money. Most of them would have paid their houses off, bought new cars, went shopping and used that money and put it back into the system and got our economy running that quick. No, we got $250.
Well, yeah, but they don't want why would a bank want you to pay off your house if they don't get to charge you interest anymore?
Oh, I understand all that. But,
I completely agree with you. I mean, yeah, I think it would have solved a lot of problems if they'd done something like that. Or even just give half of that. Give me $500,000. Give me a quarter of it. I mean, that still would have been a hell of a jumpstart in the economy. It would have done a hell of a lot to ease a lot of problems, save a lot of people's livelihoods. I mean, think about how many small businesses would have been saved. How many mom and pop shops wouldn't have had to sell out the big box chains?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things, like with the Affordable Care Act, one of the things that he could have done that would have made things a hell of a lot more affordable would be to push through more on generic drugs or allowing, Europe. Well, no, but how about this one? Europe has very strict, like ours, very, very strict drug regulatory stuff. Okay, I've dealt with some of their stuff in the past by proxy with working with other people on projects.
Yeah.
They are a royal pain in the ass. So is our FDA. Canada's pretty much above par with that too. Yet, if I could legally order my prescription medicines from Canada or from Europe, I would save over 50% of the cost.
Do you want to know why?
The exact same drug. Why not put that through to make healthcare more affordable?
Because I'm going to answer it. Because Bernie Sanders goes up there and beats the drum saying that drugs in Canada and Europe are a lot cheaper. Healthcare is cheaper. Yeah, you could thank the Democrats for that. Back in the 90s, Europe wasn't doing that good. Canada wasn't doing that good. So when it came to the healthcare insurance, it's because we were doing so well and we were so rich of a country. The Democrats made a deal that we pay a higher rate on our meds and on our health insurance to give a break to Europe and Canada so they can get cheaper because they weren't doing as good as us. So now we're not doing good. Now the Democrats want to bitch and moan about a deal they made.
Now, I hadn't heard about that one. So then how come those two don't fucking flip the damn coin and say, okay, well, we'll help you out now?
Oh, no, because it would jack their prices up. So now they want to basically put the insurance company, well, they don't even want to, I mean, Obamacare put billions of dollars in the pockets of some big-time insurance companies. That pisses me off. Pisses me off.
Lower your blood pressure.
I don't understand it. I really don't. I want to understand it.
Well, I try to understand it. The more my blood pressure goes up, the bigger my headache becomes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just think it's beyond understanding at this point.
Basically. The Democrats are out for power. They want to destabilize our country so that they can push this globalist bullshit.
Well, this whole one world government thing, in the UN taking up more and more roles and more of this, it's not needed. I mean, if you look at any empire, going back to history, the Romans, the Ottomans, the Turks, the Genghis Khan, China, look at any of them. At a certain point, once it got to a certain point, it exploded. It didn't explode. It completely just unraveled itself. It destroyed itself. It destroyed the lives of everybody that it was supposed to be there to protect. Because that whole massive one world organization, one massive system, it doesn't work in all areas. It doesn't work for all people. It doesn't work for all types of life. It's uncontrollable. And to think that you can control it just because technology has gotten better and this and that, you're not controlling anything. All you're going to be doing is turning people into fucking slaves. And it's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. I agree that shit needs to change on, even a global scale. There is changes that are needed. But, having a bunch of unelected businessmen that run the whole goddamn thing, Christ, isn't that where they got the freaking storyline for Hunger Games from?
It's a lot of your horror movie, well, maybe not horror, but, the government's gone wild type movies is that. It's... I don't know. It's getting scary, and this one world government they don't want to give up. So, but guess what? That's the end of the show. Went by pretty quick.
To be continued tonight.
We will have the Southside Mutts at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time right here on SHR Media. And any parting shots you want to make on the way out?
Nope.
Everybody, have a great day.
Have a good one, everybody.
You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.